Hello and welcome to Clevy News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Florence Joshua. The Nigerian military has closed its camp and withdrawn troops in Alawa community in Shiroro local government area of Niger State. Alawa community is one of the communities facing severe attacks by bandits and terrorists in Shiroro local government area of the state. The withdrawal of troops, which residents say came to them as a surprise due to renewed attacks on Alawa and its neighboring communities, had caused hundreds of locals, including women and the elderly and children, to vacate their houses, trekking at least 50 kilometers to safe places. Residents say they woke up this Thursday seeing the soldiers removing their tents in preparation to leave the community. A 4-year-old Miguel Ovoke, a pupil of Brick Hall School in Abuja, has died under controversial circumstances. According to reports, the pupil died during the school feeding hours but was rushed from his school located in Cadastral Zone B11, Kaura in Abuja on Wednesday to Excel Specialist Hospital in the nation's capital. The death certificate dated April 24, 2024, issued by Excel Specialist Hospital Abuja, revealed that the 4-year-old boy passed away after he was brought in by his teachers around 11 a.m. in an unconscious state. Ovoke was taken to the hospital on account of aspiration on meat while feeding at school, according to the medical report signed by Dr. Akinwande Ajayi on behalf of the medical director. The medical team of the hospital soon said upon examination that the boy's pupils were fixed and dilated with a non-reactive response to light. The report revealed that the parents of the deceased, suspecting foul play, have contacted a human rights lawyer, Deji Adeyanju, to handle the case on their behalf. The Nigerian Correctional Service has confirmed the escape of inmates from the Medium Security Custodial Center, Suleja, Niger State. The inmates fled during a heavy rainfall which destroyed the prison's fence on Wednesday. In a statement this Thursday morning, spokesman of the Federal Capital Territory Command of NCS, Adamu Duza, said a total of 118 inmates escaped. He said a heavy downpour that lasted for several hours on the night of Wednesday, April 24, has wreaked havoc on the Medium Security Custodian Center, Suleja, Niger State, as well as surrounding buildings, destroying part of the custodial facility, including its perimeter fence, giving way to the escape of a total of 118 inmates of the facility. Sources said some of the inmates who escaped were rearrested between Wednesday night and Thursday morning.
We want to assure you that we are talking to sister agencies to make sure that we are able to synergize, collaborate, ensure that there's timely return, of these escapees. And you can be rest assured we'll put everything in place to make sure that this does not happen again. 119 escaped, and 10 had been gotten. So we still have 109, at large. And let me say this was a facility that was built to house 250. And obviously, because of, we before because before the incident that happened, we had 499. This goes to what we keep talking about overcrowding in our correctional centers. So this is, as much as we, by the grace of God, I'm sure, I'm very optimistic we'll solve this problem, but it also gives us probing questions, and it's, for in every crisis, there's always an opportunity for greatness. So it's for us to, as a people, as a country, to also be able to sit down and critically be able to fashion out a correctional system, that will work for us and to the benefit of all Nigerians. But as I've said, there are a lot of things that I won't be able to see on camera, even with the correctional center, with a lot of reporting lines and a lot of issues. We will handle those things behind the scene and make sure that, as I said, this could have been avoided if the right information, at the appropriate time had been disseminated with regards to the structure, with regards to um, this incident. But of course, we're not here. As I said, I wasn't appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to make excuses. I was appointed by him to take responsibility, and we're not shying away from this responsibility. We will take it, and we will get them back, and we will secure our correctional centers and make sure that this doesn't happen anywhere else in Nigeria.
The Albinism Association of Nigeria, which is funded by the Disability Rights Fund, holds its one-day strategic meeting in Abuja with the theme Advancing Policy Implementation on Inclusive Education for Persons Living with Albinism in Nigeria. Our correspondent Eunice Ella Eze was there and now tells us more.
The Albinism Association of Nigeria is a special focus organization advocating for the recognition and respect of the rights and socio-economic inclusion of people living with a condition. The event kicked off with welcome address from notable stakeholders who in their speech talked about the need for inclusive education for persons with albinism in Nigeria and challenges they often face. In an interview with the Deputy Director, Special Needs Education from the Ministry of Education, Mr. Hebel Akiri, on the measures that the ministry has taken to ensure that inclusive education is provided for people living with albinism, he had this to say.
Inclusive education, where the ministry has been working sedulously to make sure that we have inclusive education in Nigeria. The new policy, national policy on inclusive education, was just ratified last year, that is December, by the National Council on Education, where the Honorable Minister and all the 36 state commissioners and FCC were present. They ratified it, and since that, the December, we now have revised national policy on inclusive education in Nigeria, which include take care of all persons with disability, all students with disability, or learners with disability in Nigeria. So far that, we also have some schools in Nigeria that we call them integrated schools, Federal Unity Integrated School, about 16 of them, where students with special needs are being admitted.
The challenge or challenges we are facing now, though this policy was passed, but the implementation has not been carried out, and most of the persons with albinism, especially those who does not have financial means, have been facing challenges as mentioned. Exposure to adverse weather condition is a problem, leading to them having skin cancer and other diseases that can, of course, cause injury to them or even damage life.
On the Policy Implementation Acknowledgement Plan, the Executive Director of the Albinism Association of Nigeria, Mrs. Bisi Bamishe, in her interview, called on the government to come to the intervention and aid in implementing the policy that has already been signed into law. The event also highlighted the need for a proper healthcare system to be more responsive in ensuring the safety of persons with albinism.
The event is being funded by Disability Rights Fund, basically for us to advance the implementation of national policy on albinism, which speaks more on inclusive education. The policy itself speaks volume about us. It was drafted and I think signed into law in 2019. And it's supposed to have a 5-year lifespan. But unfortunately, it has not been implemented. We now sought for assistance from DRF, that's Disability Rights Fund, to call on the government and other agencies to please come to our aid. We need help. We are low vision, and this is why we have called disabled people, just because of the low vision. And this is part of what the policy speaks about, that they should take advantage of what the policy says to assist children in school. Part of the national policy on albinism is health care. We have representative of Federal Minister of Health here today too. And these people are supposed to help us to look into skin treatment, because skin cancer is our major challenge. Actually, government is supposed to give us, in the 6 geopolitical zones, federal teaching hospitals, the opportunity to have free care for our skin. Prevention is better than cure.
The Advanced Policy Implementation and Inclusive Education for Persons with Albinism in Nigeria, funded by Disability Rights Fund, is a one-day strategic meeting aimed at improving status of persons with albinism by harnessing their full potentials and guaranteeing equal access to education, social, health, economic, and political opportunities. Eunice Ella Eze reporting for Clevy News Desk.
You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clevy News Desk, or via handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clevy Online.